Okay, so hola. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use el presente progresivo, the present progressive, or as I like to say, how to use ing, how to use or say ing in Español. So all these words like writing, singing, saving, rescuing, occurring, happening, etc., having. That's what you're going to be learning how to say today. Be aware that you may have seen this in the past, depending on who you had, but so it might be review for some of you. You may not have seen it. It might be completely new for others of you. So let's get started. What is the present progressive anyway? Well, what we do is we use it to talk about what's happening right now. So let's say, for the sake of example, that someone decides to take their phone out of their backpack during class, and I see that lovely individual with their lovely phone, and I say, Oye, hey, ¿qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? And the student responds, Estoy usando mi móvil. I am using my phone. Or estoy mandando un mensaje a mi mamá. I'm sending a message to my mom. So those are things that could be said to emphasize that I am asking, what is the student doing now? What are you doing now? And the student is telling me exactly what they're doing at that moment. It's really used for emphasis. Just like the present perfect, which we learned recently, is a compound verb tense and use the present tense of estar plus a present participle to form it. We did the verb haber in the past participles for the present perfect. For the present progressive, we are talking about the present tense of estar and a present participle. So a quick review of estar and el presente to say I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, you all are, they are, is here for you. So we have estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Be aware that it's really important to have the accents on these, especially with estás and está, because if you get rid of those accents, the meaning of the words is completely different. And this is your helping verb. This is how you're going to start forming your sentence to say, I am rescuing the cat from the tree, or something along those lines. The second word in these sentences, or in this compound verb tense, is always going to be a present participle. So in English, what a present participle is, or a gerund, is the ing form of a verb. For AR verbs to form the present participles, what you're going to do is drop the AR and add ando. So, por ejemplo, el participio presente del verbo rescatar is rescatando. For ER and IR verbs, drop the ER or IR and add yendo. Por ejemplo, el participio presente del suceder, which means to happen or occur, is es sucediendo. Y el participio presente del verbo ocurrir, to happen or to occur, is ocurriendo. And be aware, this is at the point at which I think some people are going to be calling me over if they have only been watching and not listening, because they'll be wondering where those examples are. They are said, as I've said, and some things are, and not just typed on the screen, on purpose, to make sure that you're getting all of the information and doing what you're supposed to do to get that. So if we go to the top of Página 2, we've got a few examples to show you how to put this together to form the present progressive. So las oraciones en español, the Spanish sentences, are here on the slides. I will give you the traducciones al inglés, the English translations, out loud. So once again, you need to make sure you're listening to get these English translations. And if you need to stop so you can hear them again, by all means, feel free to go back and listen to it one more time. So our first ejemplo en español is la reportera está entrevistando a los sobrevivientes. The reporter is interviewing the survivors. Second example, unas organizaciones están recaudando fondos para las personas que necesitan ayuda. Some organizations are collecting funds for people who need help. And the third example, el gobierno venezolano está explotando a la gente y los recursos del país. The Venezuelan government is exploiting the people and the resources of the country. We're actually going to be discussing Venezuela next, so this is pretty timely in terms of having this here. A few other things that you need to know, okay, when it comes to present participles. Verbos con cambios de raíz, or stem changers, follow rules that are pretty similar to the pretérito. So AR and ER verbs that have a stem change in the present, like jugar and volver, which change from U to UE and O to UE, do not have a stem change in the preterite, and they're regular, normal, and boring as heck. Nothing weird about them. So, por ejemplo, the present participle jugar, to play, a sport or a game, is jugando, playing. The present participle of the verb volver, to return, is simply volviendo. However, IR verbs that have stem changes en el presente follow also similar rules to the preterite. So you have verbs like seguir and, I have different verbs here. It's going to say mentir in your typed notes, and it says mentir, so we said seguir and mentir, not pedir. That change from E to I or E to IE. In the present, change from E to I and el pretérito. So on your paper, you will have seguir, siguiendo, and mentir, mintiendo. The pedir in the slide here is something I thought I changed, but clearly did not. And since this is my third attempt at recording this, I apologize. I'm not going back and making a fourth. Verbs that change from O to UE in el presente, like dormir, change from O to U in the present participle. So dormir becomes durmiendo, sleeping. Finally, to finish up, the verbs ir and oír, and verbs that end with AER, EER, and UIR have a present participle that ends with yendo. There's no I. That I gets replaced to Y. So, por ejemplo, for ir, we just have yendo, going. Oír, to hear, is oyendo, hearing. Traer, to bring, trayendo, bringing. Leer, to read, leyendo, reading. Construir, to build, construyendo, building. Destruir, to destroy, destruyendo, destroying. Now what you're going to do is go on Página 3, use your vocab from this unit and these notes to help you translate these sentences into Español. Please call me over and let me have a look when you finish. And if you have questions, as always, please ask. Muchas gracias.